Welcome back. We're here with Jamie Shaw, who's with Barrier Beach Management. It's a management agency for condominiums, co-ops. It's a homeowners agency. And Jamie, thank you for joining us. And with us tonight is Charles Mansueto, my co-host. Charles, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Chris.
It's always a pleasure having you here. Okay. Jamie, you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. I like to tell people I grew up in the industry. My father owned a management company. When I was younger, I would, hang out in his office. It was kind of always in my blood. As he got older, he ended up selling his company to a larger company on Long Island, and he worked for them for about 2 years. During that time, I went to work for that larger company as well. After about 8 years at that company, I felt that I was kind of stagnant. I wanted to do something more. So I opened up Barrier Beach Management.
Great. And so, let's see. How many properties are involved with Barrier Beach Management?
Currently, we manage 9 condominium and co-ops.
Okay.
Most of them are in Long Beach.
I was going to ask where
Yeah, most of them are in Long Beach.
Okay.
Merrick Island Park and Rockville Center as well.
Are they commercial properties or residential?
All residential. They're not
All
rentals. They're
Okay.
not rentals. Just condo co-op. And in fact, I got a call today for hopefully my 10th building, which
Really?
is also in Long Beach. Yes.
That's great. So
Yeah.
it's mostly in Long Beach?
I focus in Long Beach.
Right.
My office is in Long Beach. My wife and I live in Long Beach. So, and I grew up in Long Beach. So Long Beach is in my blood.
How do you find real estate in Long Beach? Do you find there's a lot of availability in Long Beach, or is it really getting crowded now?
Long Beach is kind of a seasonal community.
Right.
I mean, in the winter, there's about 30 or 35,000 people. In the summer, it swells to almost 60.
Right.
With the real estate market now, a lot of the apartments that are normally for sale are for rent.
Oh, okay.
I don't really get involved in sales or rentals,
Right.
so I can't really speak much on the home values, but the rental market has picked up, that I can tell you.
What is the role of a property manager exactly?
We're pretty much the liaison between the unit owners and the board. Condos, co-ops, and HOAs, they're governed by a board, which is elected by the unit owners.
Okay.
It's also a business. A lot of people think it's their residence. They live there, but it's a business. There's income, expense, there's bills, and there's insurance and contracts that we have to worry about.
Okay.
So we kind of facilitate all that. Every year for landscaping or snow or pool services, we'll go out and solicit bids on behalf of the entity and present them to the board. Usually we'll get 2 or 3. If it's a large job like a roof replacement or a boiler replacement we just did, we may go out to 10 companies. We also field phone calls from the unit owners. Most of them are complaints. Usually when my phone rings, it's
Right.
not to say hello, they have a problem. So we're there to listen to them, sympathize with them, and ultimately try to get a resolution for their problem.
What would you say the benefit of having a property management company versus a self-management firm?
We provide a service, and there's
Okay.
a value in the service that we provide and the fee that we charge. The board members are all volunteers. They do not get paid for their position. So along with the fee that we charge is really our expertise. And
Right.
We have a massive amount of contractors and preferred vendors,
Right.
whether they're plumbers, electricians, landscapers, or anything else. And we have great relationships with them, purchasing power with a lot of maintenance companies. And we pass along any savings that we're able to get to them.
That's right.
Excuse me, are you subcontracting, or is it, these are all your own people?
No, they're all third-party vendors, so they're not affiliated with my company.
Oh, so it's like subcontract.
Correct.
I used to live in a building that was self-management, and it wasn't the greatest. Yeah, we can't mention it, but it wasn't the greatest. I mean, just the maintenance, whenever it snowed, the pool maintenance, things that were breaking, it would just...
Yeah, the problem is also the board, which in a self-managed building would be the people who you would ask tasks upon.
Right.
They're also your neighbor. So there really needs to be a bad person to enforce the rules.
Right.
So I don't live there, and I could be that bad person for them and send letters that they're violating rules. And
How do you keep track of the accounting for each property?
we use an accounting system. It's called the BJ Mirror system. It's really a top-of-the-line system. Every unit owner gets their own individual account number.
Okay.
Every month we send out the maintenance bills. We also collect the payments of the maintenance and we apply to the appropriate account. One of the benefits with the services that we provide, we really try to stay on the cutting edge of technology.
Right.
And we're actually one of the only management companies in the tri-state area that is now web-based. Unit owners can go to our website and pay their maintenance online.
Okay.
They sign into their own account with their own username and password. They can schedule payments monthly, weekly, however often they want.
Right.
If they go away on vacation, if they travel a lot, it's one less bill to worry about. And that's one of the things that we can bring to
That's great.
to our buildings.
Do you have automatic withdrawal too?
Mhm.
From, checking accounts?
Correct, and there's no additional charge. We don't charge more to the building, and there's no fee to the end user, which is the resident.
That's great.
Yeah.
How does your company secure new business?
It's really a word-of-mouth business. The biggest thing that we have is our reputation.
Okay.
Especially
And that means everything. Right?
that means everything, especially in a small, community like Long Beach or a lot of the South Shore communities. Long Beach is inundated with condos and co-ops.
Right.
And a lot of people who live in my buildings have friends who live in other buildings. So my ultimate goal is to obviously keep all the residents happy because they're going to go out for dinner with their friends who probably live in another building would recommend me.
What would you say the role of a board member is?
Like I said, the board members are elected by their peers, by their unit owners and neighbors, and they really make the decisions on behalf of everybody else.
Right.
I can guide them and I can give them the information that they need to make an educated decision, but
Okay.
ultimately the decision's in their hands.
Okay. And what about, what would you say, what are the things that a prospective purchaser of a condo or co-op should know about their property?
I think ultimately you want to be as informed as possible, and
Right.
the way you're really going to do that is through the minutes and really the financials of the property.
And that applies to the homeowners association.
Correct. The minutes really tell us the story of the board meetings and past history and,
Right.
and things that may be currently going on, or assessments or repairs, or things that may be going on in the near future, which could cost you. One of the buildings that I manage is undergoing almost a $4 million facade restoration project, and it's about $50,000 per apartment.
Wow.
That's not going to be advertised, but if you go through the minutes, you can see how that's transpiring. And you really want to get into a community or a building that is financially sound.
Right.
And you can see when the last maintenance increase was, how much money's in the reserve account, if they're following their budget. Because if you get into a building that has a low reserve account, or a lot of assessments, or a lot of common charge or maintenance increases, they may not be spending their money wisely. So you may
Right.
want to think twice.
Are there certain questions that a prospective purchaser should ask?
I think what's good for a potential purchaser to ask is what's their responsibility?
Right.
Repairs, maintenance, a lot of times people come from homes. Maybe they're downsizing, kids are in college or whatever.
Right.
And they don't want to have to deal with landscaping, snow removal,
Sure.
and repairs
No
to
one
their
does.
to their property, their apartment. But they still have this homeowner mentality.
Okay.
But one of the benefits of living in a community is a lot of times maintenance and repair is included in the monthly maintenance that you pay, and
Okay.
landscaping and things like that. So
Great.
what you are responsible for and what you're not responsible for, I think is a really good thing to know.
And how can people get in touch with your company? What is the best way?
The best way is you can always call our office,
What is the number?
516-705-4300. You
Okay.
can visit our website, bbmgmt.net,
Okay.
or email me at jamie@barrierbeachmanagement.com.
Okay, great. We'll post that on the TV show.
Great.
So people will see it. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be back.